Now we will create and add our first file to Git. So let's create a text file and call it a recipe. And in this recipe file, we will add some ingredient. Let's say tomato and cucumber and vinegar. Then save the file. Now, if we want to check how does Git detect these new changes, we can use the status command. So type git status. The status command will give you the name of the branch you are in and the file that you have changed. Now we are going to add the changes to the staging area using the add command by typing git add, then the file name. If we check the status again, the color will change to green. It means that the changes that we have made just moved from the working tree to the staging area. And to commit the changes, we will use the commit command by typing git commit, then using a flag m followed by a message. And the message should be a brief description of the changes. Then press enter. Then you will see how many files and lines were changed, added, or deleted. If we check the status again, Git will tell you how many commits you are ahead or behind the remote branch. And here we have one commit ahead of the remote branch. And finally, to push the changes to the remote branch, we will use the push command. Simply by typing git push. After that, we can open the repository in GitHub. We should see the changes that we have just pushed. Now, if we have been working for some time and we want to see the history of the repository, what was the commits that we have done a couple of days ago? For that, we can use the log command. So type git log, one line, and this will show you the timeline of the commit in your branch, with each commit has its own message and commit ID. Now, if we want to create a new branch to develop a new feature or fix a bug, we can do that by typing git checkout -b, then the branch name. Let's call it here, add new ingredient. If we check the status again here, it will tell us that we are in the new branch. Let's say we added the wrong ingredient, but did not add it yet. So the changes are still in the working tree. We can discard these changes using the restore command by typing git restore, then the file name. Now, if we check the recipe file, we will find the changes are gone. Now let's add the right ingredient, commit, and push them. Since this is the first time we use the push command in this branch, our local branch doesn't know yet the name of the remote branch in GitHub. So we have to add this information to the push command. So we will add this using a flag called setUpstream, followed by the remote name, and our remote name here is origin, then the remote branch name, and the remote branch name is the same as the local branch name here. And that's it. We have pushed our new branch to GitHub. Now we can go to GitHub and create a pull request to review our changes. So once you open GitHub, you will find this message in top to create a pull request. So press on it and give the pull request a descriptive name, then press create pull request. Now, if you press on the commit tab, you can see a list of all the commits you have done in this branch, and that's exactly the same as what you can get from the log command. If you switch to the file change tab, you can see the differences between your branch and the main branch. Now I'm going to create another branch and commit some changes as if there is another colleague working on another branch, on another bug, and when he finished, the changes that he made conflicts with our branch, and we have to solve this conflict. So I created another branch from main and called it add salt and added an ingredient salt in the recipe file and pushed this new branch to GitHub. Now, if you go again to GitHub and create a pull request for this branch, add salt branch, we can compare both branches to see the conflict. So I will also open the pull request of the first branch, the add new ingredients branch. Now we compare if we compare the recipe file in both pull requests, we can see that we have added two different lines in the recipe file. Salt in the first and lettuce in the second. And this difference is the reason why both branches will conflict. So let's go back to our add new ingredients branch and then change the upstream to add salt instead of origin add new ingredients. So type get branch set upstream to equal origin add salt, then the name of the name of my branch, which is add new ingredients, then press enter. Now, if we check the status, it will tell us the differences between both branches and that both branches have diverged. To get the changes from the add salt branch to our branch add new ingredients, we will use the pull command. The pull command fetches the changes from the upstream branch and tries to merge them to our branch. If there is no conflict, we can just add and commit these changes. But if there is a conflict, you have to solve this conflict manually. So to manually solve the conflict, you can go to the file that has the conflict and search for the chevrons as you see here. So in the top are the changes in the working tree lattice, and then the equal separator, then the changes from the remote branch, which is salt. So to solve this conflict, we will definitely keep the lattice as this is the changes from our branch, and we also need the changes from the other remote branch. So we will keep the salt as well. So then save the file, add and commit these changes. Now remember that your local branch is add new ingredients and your upstream is add salt. So the name is different. And if you try to push the changes, Git will complain. So we have to change back the upstream. And to do so, we will use the same command as we used before. Git branch, set upstream to equal origin, add new ingredients. That's the remote, and our local branch is add new ingredients as well. Now, if we check the logs, we will find the commit add salt from the branch add salt is added to our commit tree and to our branch. So now push the changes to the remote.